Hello and welcome back to Hornet Nation, your ticket to SHS Sports. I'm Dan Schantz.
And I'm Hallie Fox. On this episode, we get a closer look at some popular gymnastics events, talk with the boys swim and dive assistant coach, Peter Loveland, and recap the varsity hockey game against Ann Arbor Huron.
Vaulting, balance beam, uneven bars. Gymnasts know how to perform these, but do you? James Donath takes you inside the game to learn more about gymnastics.
In the vaulting event, gymnasts start at the end of a 70-foot runway. Once the event begins, they run down the runway to build up speed before reaching a springboard. Vaulters then leap onto the springboard to change their forward momentum into upward momentum. The final part of the vault is the landing. Vaulters must be able to land without taking a step after their vault, or they may be penalized in competition. In the balance beam event, the gymnast performs on a 4-foot high, 4-inch wide, and a 16.5 long beam. There are many types of skills that they use, like leaps, jumps, turns, holds, and acrobatic moves. In order to maintain balance and control difficult moves, they need to keep strong stomach, back, and hip muscles. The gymnast needs to use the entire length of the beam. Each routine needs to last at least 60 seconds, but cannot exceed 90 seconds. In this event, gymnasts perform flips, jumps, and twists. Gymnasts compete on a 40x40 foam square covered by carpeting. They must use the entirety of the floor mat during their routine, but cannot step off the mat at any time or they will be penalized. The more advanced trick they perform, the higher score they will get from the judge. The uneven bars event consists of 2 bars being at different heights. Gymnasts then perform flips and twists while moving between the 2 bars. This event heavily relies on strength, balance, and timing to be able to execute this event properly. Each routine is 20 to 90 seconds long and is judged based off the coordination and ability of the gymnast. Well, now you've been inside the game of gymnastics. I'm James Donath, back to you in the studio.
To see these events in action, come to the gymnastics room Wednesday, January 4th, when the girls take on Coldwater at 6 o'clock.
Now let's look at some current scores. The boys and girls bowling teams faced Bedford on Monday. The boys team won 28-2, improving to 4-1 on the season. Abby Mayer's games of 174 and 225 weren't quite enough, as the girls lost 18-12.
The boys swim team won against Adrian High School 152-31. Senior diver Dakota Herbis set a school record with 351.9 points. After swimming around the current scores, let's dry off and meet the swim and dive team's assistant coach.
Welcome to another segment of Coach's Corner. Today we're joined by the assistant swim coach, Peter Loveland. Thank you for joining us, Coach.
Great to be here.
So what brings you to coaching?
You know, when I was a kid, I grew up at a swimming pool and I admired my coaches. And so then as a summer job, I started coaching at the same club. And as I became a teacher, I took on coaching swimming because it just seemed logical.
How's the team chemistry been so far?
I think this year it's been an interesting beginning because we had a couple kids that qualified for junior nationals, so we just yesterday had the whole team together for the first time. In general, I'd say the chemistry is great. We've got a lot of returning experience that I think are going to be good leaders for us.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
The best advice in terms of coaching has probably just been to allow the kids to be who they are and support them throughout the process to allow them to be successful. And then from there, it's a situation where I always believe the success of the program is not a reflection so much of the coach as it is the athlete. And you need to make sure you keep that in mind and support the athlete and let them know that they are a vital cog, obviously, of the whole process.
Anything else you'd like to add?
If students ever want to come out and support the program, come out and watch them meet, that'd be great.
Thank you, Coach Loveland, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And this is Spencer Burgess signing off for Hornet Nation.
Mr. Loveland and the boys swim and dive team will be busy during the break with an invitational in Zeeland and a home meet against Brother Rice on January 7th.
Our hockey team took on Ann Arbor Huron at the Ice Cube on December 13th in this game of the week.
After soundly defeating Monroe in their previous game, the Saline hockey team took on Ann Arbor Huron at the Ice Cube. Saline got off to a quick start, with Tom Robb opening the scoring at the 9:40 mark of the first period. At the end of the first, Saline led 1-0. Continuing on to the second period, Saline's offense intensified, scoring 4 goals, while senior goalie Justin Flanagan continued his shutout. As the third period progressed, Saline continued to add to their lead, scoring 3 goals. The Hornets' defense never let up, only allowing 11 shots on goal all game. The final score was Saline 8, Huron 0. Defenseman Clay Newman was named the star of the game with 2 goals. It was a great performance for Saline, and they look to stay hot against Dearborn Unified on January 7th. I'm Josh Sirota, now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Josh. The hockey team currently has a 6-1 record after their close game with Father Gabriel Richard, which the Irish won 8-6.
Well, that's all for this show. For more information, check out our Twitter at Nation Hornet.
Until 2017, have yourselves a happy holidays.
You can take my heart, but